Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Cody, drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go. Okay. All right, so good stuff. Let's talk about yesterday's streams. First of all, Assassin's Creed Mirage, in a nutshell. It's a throwback to classic Assassin's Creed combined with modern Assassin's Creed mechanics. For example, all of the modern parkour stuff is in it. You can easily climb almost everything in this game. You can scale, you can drop. All those parkour things are present in the game. If you remember in the old Assassin's Creeds that this game's trying to emulate, the parkour was actually part of the puzzle of the game. Oh, here's a viewpoint, but it takes you like 10 minutes to climb the tower because you have to figure out exactly where to go, how to swing, what to grab to actually scale it. Now you can just easily go zoop right off the tower, right? It's not a big deal. So that's definitely an improvement there. The combat has been significantly nerfed and changed from the last 3 Assassin's Creed games. It's not about you're a one-man army tanking it out against 100 soldiers. You don't have super-powered abilities that insta-kill and knock them down. Instead, it's more basic. Timed attacks, heavy attacks, parries, dodges, and getting the hell out of there. You don't want direct combat in this game because you're weak. You're not meant to be a strong, tankish-like soldier in this game. You're supposed to be a stealthy assassin. If you're fighting a bunch of troops up front, you're doing it wrong. It is about stealth. It is a return to that classic formula where you infiltrate a base, you scan with eagle vision, you see all the enemies, you go after the one that has the key, you lure them off to the side so you can pick them off one by one and dump the bodies into stealthy areas. Then use a throwing knife to kill 1 or 2 from a distance. You know, I'm sure later on there's going to end up being poison and other things that you can use. You know, the tools that have been part of the game. I'm only 3 hours in, so none of those are in there yet. But, you know, aerial assassinations, I already am close to unlocking double assassinations. All the stuff from the previous games is basically back, and it's major, you know, use in this game. The graphics are outstanding. I really like the graphics of the game. Smooth 60 frames, lots of detail. Probably one of my most favorite parts of the game is how good it looks. Especially after having playing Starfield recently. And now... And then jumping into this is like a breath of fresh air that they improved the graphics to the point where it looks really good now, right? I'm very happy about that. But all that being said, so I do have a couple criticisms, okay? Criticism number 1 is that the game does not have the ability to load and resume from a point where you want to. So let's say, for example, you know, you were in the midst of doing a mission. And you're like, man, I screwed up. I got detected. I just want to start that over again. You can't just load from anywhere. You can't. There's no restart. You have to like die and have the mission manually reload. I think that's kind of silly. I wish that you could just say, oh, I want to start back from like a checkpoint. Notably, the other part that follows up with my criticism, there's no checkpoints. Yes, that's correct. So for example, yesterday, in regards to me playing and me doing this particular mission where there were 3 different troops who were captured and you had to free them and they were all under guard, all right? So I went to one area. Okay, I can't get into the building. I got to kill a guy to get a key. So I threw a knife at an exploding barrel. It killed the guy. After the troops dispersed, I went down there. I got the key. I opened it up. I freed the guy. Okay, guy number 2 who's captured is on a boat. So I swam to the boat. I crawled up. I freed him. I went to this optional room. I did a push puzzle where you had to push all these different pallets and you get an optional outfit. I was like, oh, cool. My first optional outfit of the game. I changed my appearance. It gave me like a buff or something. All right. The third guy is over and he's on like a ledge and he's got 2 troops with him and there's other troops all around. All right. So I'm going to try to get him and I screw up. I'm like, oh, man, I really goofed. I got detected. I tried to survive. It kind of blew. I said, all right, this sucks. Let me go ahead and just redo that. Oh, you can't. Wait, what? No, you can't. You can't actually just, like, start over that part. You fucked up. Do the whole mission again from the start. Huh? It's 2023. Why am I starting a mission over from the start like I'm playing on PS2? Right? Like, it's really confusing. Like, huh? Like, the series implemented checkpoints for a good reason because it's ease of use. It makes it more entertaining when you can just redo the part you fucked up on. Not having to start over and repetitively do the things you've already done right. That is a big step back, honestly. And I was pissed off. I was like, wait a minute, I spent over 20 minutes on this mission. Now I've got to do it over from the start. Now, of course, since you know how to do it more easily the second time around, you can kind of turbo through. But yeah, it's frustrating. Like, I feel that what's going to happen is there's going to be points in the game where I'll make a mistake, and the game will be like, yeah, well, now waste your time redoing everything you did right to get back to the point where you did the mistake. And I get the feeling what this is padding. All right? And I don't like that. I don't want the game to feel padded, especially because it's supposed to be a shorter 20-hour game. Fine. Let it be a shorter 20-hour game. Not a 20-hour game that takes 30 hours to beat because I had to replay 10 hours of gameplay because you didn't decide to put any checkpoints into the game, right? Or on the flip side of that, is it a 20-hour game because it's actually a 10-hour game, but it takes 20 hours to beat because you have to replay half the missions twice? I don't know. I'm only 3 hours in yet, so I can't really fully, you know, give you my criticism yet until we get further in and we actually see. But that was essentially one of the first big criticisms I have of the game. Outside of that, I really don't have many other criticisms. Seems fine. Having a good time with it. Looking forward to more. Like I said, we had just gotten into the main story, so it's not like we had played it for that long. I think we did like 45 minutes of story after the tutorial. So today we'll get more into the meat of the game. We'll see how it goes. All right? So hopefully you'll join me for Assassin's Creed Mirage more today. And it'll be just as hot as Baghdad in my office, so I should have the 4D realistic experience of being there in the middle of the desert with Basim. Okay? Should be great. All right. I got the drip going. 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 Can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.